Bradford City have confirmed their second signing of the 2025 summer transfer window as experienced defender Curtis Till joins on a 2-year contract following the expiration of his deal with League 2 side at Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 200 likes, that'd be massively appreciated, and don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 12,000 subscribers. Get your thoughts in on this signing down in the comment section down below. I think it's fair to say this one hasn't gone down particularly well with the Bradford City fans, but we'll discuss it all in today's video, so make sure to get your thoughts in down below. There's a lot of people disagreeing with my opinions on Richie Smallwood, and obviously we're going to talk about him later on in today's video, but let's get straight into it. The article does then read, Till makes City switch. Bradford City AFC is delighted to announce the signing of Curtis Till on a 2-year deal following the conclusion of his contract with Bradford City. Till is a former League 1 champion, clinching the third-tier title in the 2021-22 season with Wigan Athletic, where he was teammates with the Bantam's first summer recruit, Max Power. The 33-year-old has played over 150 games in League 1 for Blackpool, Rotherham and Wigan, where he represented 26 times in the Championship before joining Salford. A Jamaican international, the central defender will add leadership qualities to City's backline, having captained the Amis during his time at the Peninsula Stadium. Tilt said, "This club is massive, the fan base is massive, and it has been a big draw for me. I've spoken to the manager and I really like the way he views the game and the style of play he wants. This is an opportunity I am really looking forward to." Bantam's boss Graham Alexander added, "Curtis is a player who we have admired from playing against us and has attributes we know will help us with our way of defending and playing. His pace and experience will be of great benefit to our team and we are very happy to have him join us." And obviously with him signing from another club, Salford's article does then read, Tilt moves on from Salford City. Curtis Tilt has turned down our offer of a new contract for an offer further up the pyramid. The defender spent 2 years at Salford, making 92 appearances, contributing 6 goals. In his second season with the club, he became club captain, leading the Amis as they narrowly missed out on the playoffs. Thank you for the last 2 years, Tilty, and all the best going forward. Now, like I mentioned, looking at the social media reaction, I wouldn't say this is a sign that's gone down particularly well with the fans, and I do kind of get some people's point of view. Obviously he's currently 33, turns 34 I believe before the start of the season, to then give somebody who's going to be 34 pretty much a 2-year contract when we're making that step up into League 1, a player who was part of a team that didn't even make it into the playoffs. It's not particularly an exciting signing. Looking at his stats, which we'll delve into in a little bit more detail in a moment, I don't think it's an awful signing. I think it is probably an improvement on Romney Critchlow, especially for the way that Alexander wants to play. Maybe on the ball not as good as Critchlow, but defensively much better. His aerial dual win percentage is outstanding. It's almost as good as Paul Huntington's, and he was very good in the air for us last season. I just think it depends on where he's going to play. If he's going to play on the left of the back three, that might concern me a little bit. I know Alexander mentioned his pace, but I don't think he is particularly quick, if I'm being completely honest with you. If it's a replacement for Kieran Kelly, I don't think it's an awful signing. If somebody else who's going to play as the left centre-back is going to come in and be a starter, I wouldn't be against that. Can Curtis Tilt play in the middle of a back three? I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, he's going to provide a wealth of experience, being 33 years of age, having played in League 1, having played in the Championship as well. Yes, he's had 2 years at Salford City, but you can only assume he's gone there for more financial reasons, really. Like I mentioned, it's not the most exciting of signings because of his age. We have signed, obviously, Max Power, who's 31, Curtis Tilt, who's 33. You know, we were told that we'd go a little bit younger into League 1, but there's still plenty of time left. I'm not going to massively overreact and be like, this is an awful signing, we're definitely going to get relegated. I wouldn't say it's a signing that completely excites me. I'm not going to lie to you, but I also don't think it's as bad of a signing as what a lot of people are making out. It could have been a lot worse. Yes, there's maybe 4 or 5 other players that I would have liked from from Salford, sorry, ahead of Curtis Till, but I also really don't think it's a bad signing. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. He's going to come in, do the job. It reminds me very similar to Neil Byrne last season, and the way we started out last summer. We brought in a top quality midfielder as our first signing, and the next signing was more of a 6 out of 10 centre-back who came in. And obviously last season for Salford in League 2, he played in 37 matches, started 32 of them, playing just shy of 3,000 minutes, where he did score the 1 goal, didn't register an assist, and had a 71% accurate pass rate, with 34% of his long balls being accurate, so around winning every 3. For our style of play, that probably will suit us, to be honest with you. He did only manage the 6 clean sheets in those 32 starts, which isn't amazing, but again, that's more of a team-based statistic. That when he averaged 0.9 interceptions per game, 1.5 tackles per game, 3.8 balls recovered per game, and 5.9 clearances per game as well. He won 64% of his ground duels and 74% of his aerial duels. I certainly think that is the most impressive statistic for me, winning 74% of your aerial duels. Obviously, a good amount of clearances and balls recovered, decent amount of tackles, not great on the interceptions and clean sheet side of things. In terms of discipline, not great. Is that 4 red cards last season? Is that why he missed so much football? I know that he got a red card at home to Doncaster Rovers. Obviously, we did a watch along over on the second channel for that, but that can't be right. 2 second yellow red cards and 2 straight red cards as well, on top of a further 8 yellow cards. Discipline there is a big concern for me, considering how bad our discipline was towards the back end of last season. Considering his age as well, that is a big red flag. I'm trying to highlight all the positives and negatives. I'm trying to be as balanced as possible here, but nobody can tell me that that discipline record is good. In Curtis Tilt's first season in League 2 with Salford City, so obviously 2 seasons ago, he played a little bit more football, 45 appearances, 44 starts, playing just shy of 4,000 minutes that season, where he did score 3 goals and chipped in with 2 assists. Slightly better accurate pass rate and slightly more long balls being accurate then as well. Defensively, looking pretty solid. More interceptions in that season, and around all of his other stats are pretty similar. I think around the same for ground duel win percentage, but obviously aerial duels were a little bit worse in that campaign. And again, discipline, a big red flag for me in that one. The last time that Curtis Tilt played in League 1 was obviously the 21-22 season, where he started 18 times, playing just shy of 1,700 minutes. He scored 2 goals, failed to register an assist, 70% accurate pass rate, 30% of his long balls were accurate, only kept the 3 clean sheets, and defensively stats weren't amazing whatsoever. Yes, a couple more interceptions in there, but not even 1 tackle per game. Barely 3 clearances per game as well. He won 78% of his aerial duels though, and 71% of his ground duels, and his discipline was a little bit better in that season. So he's definitely going to win a lot in the air. I think if he gets isolated in a 1v1 foot race though, he could certainly be in trouble. And again, this is 4 years ago now, the last time that he played in League 1. And here is how Bradford City's squad is now lining up for the 2025-26 campaign. Looking at our central defender options, I wouldn't say I'm feeling confident as of right now on the 4th of June, but there's still plenty of time left to go until the beginning of pre-season. And I don't think I've mentioned it in a video previously, but obviously around maybe 10 days to 2 weeks ago, George Goodman, it was announced that he signed his first year pro with Bradford City. Right centre back, very good on the ball, had some experience with Ireland's youth teams as well, so he looks like a promising player for us. I wouldn't anticipate though he'll play much in the first team next season, but there is always that pathway for him. Looking at our defensive options, we clearly need, I would say, at least another 2 centre-halves, definitely another 2. And that is on top of Kieran Kelly potentially staying with Bradford City, and then maybe Paul Huntington as well. But I definitely think we need a real top quality statement signing to come in the middle of that back 3. Matty Pearson is the strong rumour at the moment, and you're looking at Power, Tilt, Pearson. That's a lot of 30+ year olds to come in. When are we going to get the exciting younger players coming in through the door? We clearly need at least 1 wing back on either side, definitely 2 though if Lewis Richards does move on. Obviously we need another holding midfielder now that Smallwood has departed. He's come out and done an interview with the TNA, which I don't think is particularly great reading. Either we've got an incredibly statement signing coming in as another holding midfielder, or we've kind of done Smallwood a little bit dirty, to be completely honest. Smallwood thought he'd done enough to earn a 2-year deal, but he was happy to sign a new 1-year contract, and in the end, Alexander turned around last Thursday and basically said, you're now going to move on from Bradford City. We've had a change of heart, which is very disappointing, because I was a big fan of Richie Smallwood. Yes, we can replace him, but will we replace him? That's the big question for me. We also probably could do with another number 10 or 2, and we definitely need 1 striker, preferably 2 coming in through the door, and obviously about 5 or 6 players to move on at this. I mean, we're still waiting to hear back on the contract news of Doyle, Walker, Kelly and Richards, but obviously very sad about Smallwood. And like I've previously mentioned, I don't think Tilt is an awful signing. It's certainly not an exciting, great signing, but it's not awful for me. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 200 likes as I mentioned at the start of today's video? That'd be massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Bradford City signing former Salford City centre half Curtis Till on a 2-year deal? Do you think it's a good signing? Do you think it's a poor signing? Who else would you have rather seen Bradford City sign if you don't like this one? Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, I'm more than happy to have that debate down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.